Hey everyone, today I thought I'd make a video talking about some changes I'll be making to the channel going forward, all with the aim of helping us grow and to make my content feel more engaging for you guys. So if you haven't noticed, we are very close to hitting 4,000 subscribers, which I understand in the grand scheme of things might be a modest amount, but to me is quite a big deal because I never thought I'd reach this point. Because when I started the channel, it was very much a passion project for me. It was just an output for me to talk about something I love when I'm not physically playing the games. And the fact that I've resonated with you guys, it means a lot. And especially over the last couple of years, the feedback and support I've had from you guys has really given me a confidence boost into thinking, you know what, I'm pretty damn good at what I do here. And I feel like we have the potential to be one of the biggest, best and most respected channels out there. Because, let's be honest, there's not that many channels out there that do what I do, as in talking about old games just as much as new ones, because I think that's such a shame that other channels don't do that. Additionally, I truly believe that my honesty and kind of authentic nature resonates with you guys because, I've got no dog in the fight. I'm not in bed with any publishers or anything like that. I can be completely honest with nothing to lose at all. And I promise you that I'll always stay the same. So, although I started by saying I'll be making some changes, I want to kind of reinforce that a lot of things will be staying the same in terms of completely being authentic with my content, keeping the focus just as much on old games as new games, and keeping everything board game focused. You're not going to find me talking about politics, or you're not going to find me making stupid little comedy skits, because you know what, the idea of me making this content, not only as a creative outlet, was also to create content that I would want to see myself. And I think that is why I'm going to start embedding this change. So as you know, if you've been watching my content for years and years and years, whenever I recommend a game, it comes with either a shield of quality or an elite shield. So those were kind of two commendations I would give. The shield of quality being something that I rate at least a 7 out of 10, and an elite shield being the best of the best games that I'd rate at least an 8.5 out of 10. And while I completely stand by that rating method and stand by all the ratings I've given, it does make things a little bit difficult for me at times when it comes to ranking things, because rankings and kind of ratings are fluid. Sometimes I'll rate something, an 8 out of 10, then I'll play it a time or two more, then it'll go up to an 8.5, and then it'll fall back down again. So it kind of can flip between being a shield of quality and an elite shield. And once I've given that review, it's kind of concrete, locked in, and it's kind of, like solidified. So what I'm going to be doing is, from now on, I'm going to be getting rid of shield of qualities. I'm going to be getting rid of an elite shield, and taking the place of those shields will be the chairman's commendation. So there's only going to be one commendation I'll be giving. However, the commendations will come with a caveat, as in, as soon as something gains a commendation, it will be ranked amongst every other game already with a commendation. So you can see with a lot more accuracy how I'm ranking this game. So think of something like a top 100 games of all time. We see that kind of content again and again. However, this is going to be much more dynamic. It's going to be up to date. I'm always going to be changing it and keeping you guys updated with these rankings. So you can monitor how well they're doing. Are they falling? Are they rising? And you're not going to have to wait for this point every single year to see where it's standing currently. And although I'll only be using one commendation, as in the chairman's commendation, I want to raise the bar a bit and almost change the perspective of that commendation, because a lot of the time in the past, whenever I give a commendation, I try to look at things a bit objectively, as in, I can really appreciate a game's design. I think it's really well put together. However, maybe it's not quite for me. And even if a game's not quite for me, and I still see a lot of objective great things about it, it could still earn a shield of quality. Games like this in the past that have done this are games like Spirit Island, games like The King is Dead, even games like Glass Road. I think they're all really good designs. But am I passionate about them? No, I'm not. So from now on, any game with a chairman's commendation will be something that I personally advocate, and I can say in my heart of hearts I recommend, because I love it myself. I really want these rankings to be something prestigious and sought after, so if you know a game is ranking, and especially ranking high on that list, then you know this is something truly special. And if your tastes align with mine, then this ranking system can be very useful for yourself. And all this ranking is going to be the backbone of my content. You know, whenever I make content, I'm going to be making references to where they're ranking at the moment, how things have changed, and so on. So it's going to be something for you to kind of sink your teeth into and to monitor in real time, because the end goal here is for me to have these rankings as public information. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, whether it's going to be something like a geek list or maybe even a website where in live time you can look where games are currently at this moment in time. You know, maybe 1 minute it's going to be ranked 86, and the next minute it might fall down 10 places to 96, and you might want to know the reasons for that. And that can be a bunch of different reasons. It could be things such as current tastes or trends of my own. Maybe it's been replaced by a better game, which by default has knocked it down certain spots. But yeah, I thought it'd be very kind of an interesting thing to monitor, because, you know, us board gamers, we love lists, we love rankings, and to make that a fundamental part of the channel could be that extra spark that will take us to the next level. And despite me introducing this new ranking system, I will still be doing my annual top 100 games of all time at the end of each season, because I think it's a nice kind of jumping on point for new people to join the channel, because, you know, it's always one of my most popular series. And you know what, I suppose another aim of this list is to create something like the Board Game Geek rankings, but something where, you know, a list that's less vulnerable to being swayed by the hotness or by hype and things like that. Because most of the games on my, you know, my favourite games of all time are tried and tested and have stood the test of time. I find that kind of the BGG rankings, for example, are very much skewed by Kickstarter hype, you know, backer bias, you know, flash in the pan games that are forgotten about very quickly. And my list will certainly be not that kind of thing. And again, it'll be much more mechanical driven. So certainly in the next few months will be a bit of an adjustment period, really, where I'll be trying to feel things out and see what the best method is of introducing and displaying this list. You know, if you guys have any recommendations for me in terms of, you know, what's the best method to make this list public, then I'll be really keen to know, because I'm not the most tech savvy, as you know. I have terrible audio, I don't have fancy lighting, I don't have the best camera, but you know what? I talk board games and I love board games, and I want to keep doing what I'm doing here. So that's it really. It's just a general update really about where things are going to be going. Say goodbye to the Shield of Quality, goodbye to the Elite Shield, and say hello to the Chairman's Commendation and the new Chairman of the Board ranking system. So yeah, really excited to get this underway and to start introducing things and how I can use this list to provide some interesting content. That's it really. So again, very early doors here, but thank you for watching. As always, please be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel, because I think things are going to get very exciting from now on. Bye bye.